Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Tuesday. Okay, guys, I said this earlier and I meant it when I said it, and I'm going to say it again. Um, Today's going to be an intense day. Obviously, you guys know that it's the election. I hope everybody went out and voted for who you think would be the best potential president. I also said earlier, too, I stay away from talking about politics and religion and people's sexuality and things like that because I just always want this to be a place where we can come on, we can talk ish if it's like Housewives and stuff like that. It's fun. I never wanted to get so deep to where we're fighting in the live chat and stuff like that. But today, regardless of how you feel, if your person wins, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be upset. If your person loses, you and a lot of people are going to be upset. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to talk Housewives. Yeah. So with that, guys, we're back to talk about Shannon Storms Beador. Has like a ring to it. Shannon Storms Beador. Yeah. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comments section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and let's jump right into. Are you kidding me? Really? I'm sorry, Gina, but your husband's an asshole. I mean, she didn't say it like that, but thank you to Reality Blurb. Shannon Beador is under fire on Instagram for her treatment of Matt Janella on last week's finale episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County. After Shannon attempted to vent to Katie's husband following one of her many tiffs with Tamra Judge, prompting him to encourage her to walk away, it led Shannon to suggest that he had been inappropriate, and fans are siding with Matt and accusing her of being completely out of line. No, let me just say, this man was not being inappropriate. I don't know if you guys watched it. I know that we talked about it. Ashley and I talked about it on Hot Messy Topics. Katie Janella, yeah, I feel like there's been a little bit of mess with her and Heather Dubrow. But her husband, even when Tamara was like flipping out over the FBI stuff at the table, he stays out of everything. And in this moment, he was minding his own business. He's like posted up, literally posted up, and he's just sitting there and he's talking. And well, actually, he wasn't even talking. He was just posted up, just sitting there by himself. And she comes over and she goes, like this. And then he's like, well, if you feel like you need to leave, then maybe you should. Maybe you should leave. Maybe you should walk away. Which is really sound advice. If something, especially coming from the person, this is where it's such a contradiction for Shannon. Shannon goes on and she's like, you guys, I'm not going to come back if Alexis Bellino's on because I am prioritizing my health and having healthy relationships and having people in my life who are healthy for me and not toxic. And I am prioritizing that. So I'm not going to put myself in a situation where it is toxic for me. So no, I will not film with Alexis Bellino. Okay, cool. Good. But then also, all he said was, you seem like you're very distraught. And he didn't even say that, but you seem like you're very distraught and you're upset. And if you're actually upset, I was like, what the hell is that? If you're actually upset, then yes, maybe you should do exactly what you're saying and pick up and walk away. It's not that deep, Shannon Beador. I mean, she could turn a puddle into something deep. All right. So moving on. Matt asked Shannon in the clip, this was from the finale, what happened? And she said, I used to say all the time, I'm done. And then I come back. And when I say I'm done now, I mean it. I'm done. And he said, maybe it's time to walk away because I care about you and you've been kind to me. But Shannon was quickly pissed off. That angers me that you say that because you don't know me at all. And I'm probably the strongest person here in this group. He said, then why are you here with me right now telling me that you are melting down? And Shannon fired back and she said, are you going to try to argue with me right now? And Matt said, you just tried to argue with me. You're the one here. I'm standing here by myself. And at that point, Shannon told Matt, have a good night. And she stormed off asking, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Like Ramona. It's like, shut up. But following the sharing of the chip, a number Well, it's like a chip of a like a little chocolate chip kind of little fun little piece of a whole episode. A number of the Real Housewives of Orange County fans weighed in, many of whom did not believe Matt deserved the treatment that he received. One person wrote, Shannon, no, he was showing kindness and you were so braced for an attack. You lashed out at someone completely undeserving of this. Do better, darling. Another person said, he said nothing wrong. She embellishes everything and is offended by every conversation, saying John Jansen was right. A third person felt it strange that Shannon acted like she was breaking up with Matt. Shannon just walking up to someone else's husband's like they were in a 20, minute conversation prior was wild. And I literally thought for a second he was her date, the way that she got so mad and argued and stormed off. Someone else also stated that Matt was 1,000,000% correct in this. She came up to him. He was minding his own business, and he made valid points that she couldn't handle. He was actually saying things out of concern for her in the very first few words of the conversation, and I don't think she was even listening to him. And others were a little bit more blunt, telling Shannon, "Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together, girl," and saying she was becoming hard to watch. I felt so bad for Matt. Shannon was into the sauce again, so they're accusing her of being drunk. She was way out of line for this. But as Shannon faced backlash on Instagram, she was also targeted on the Two T's in a Pod podcast with Teddy Mellencamp and Erica Jane questioning whether or not she's truly bettered herself since the September 2023 DUI arrest. After a fan suggested that Shannon and Tamra were equally at fault for their drama, but noted that Shannon was at least working on bettering herself, Teddy and Erica, they didn't seem convinced. I think Tamara made mistakes. She's at fault. It wasn't her best season. However, let's not lay all the blame on one person when you know it's an even fucking playing field, is what Erica said. I agree with that. But let's also call a spade, is what Teddy said. If you were to get a DUI and you were to crash into a house and you were to injure yourself, I would imagine your next season, we would see you in therapy and we would not see you drinking. And Erica said not drinking. If it were me, I would make different choices than what I watched Shannon Beador do. And if you're saying I'm bettering myself, then show me. But Teddy went on to say that if Shannon's version of bettering herself is not fighting with Tamara on camera, but fighting with her off camera, then she's very confused. And she also said, right now, we're not seeing it. Which, listen, I agree with what Teddy and Erica are saying. It's really hard, and there are multiple times, and of course, they're going to emphasize and editing all of the things. You got a DUI. You had to go get help. You crashed the car into a house. You have millions of eyes on you, and you have your kids watching you. You have a lot of people watching you. And you're saying you don't have a drinking problem when you've been accused for the last 10 seasons of having a drinking problem. But now, not only are you saying that you don't have a drinking problem after all of this happened, but this happened, and now you're just ordering one or two here, and it's not the same. It's not a problem. I'm only going to have two. You guys, I know my limit. Okay. Sweet. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And we'll see you in just a little bit. Oh, go check out Hot Messy Topics from yesterday. And then also don't forget that this week we have a couple more lives coming up as well. Salt Lake City, Hot Messy Topics, all of the things. And happy election day.